Good morning, everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to add in articulations into a score using flat. We'll put a few notes in, show you what you have available to you, and let's get into it. So the first thing I'll do is I'm going to put in a line on this lead trumpet part right here. And let's say it looks something like this. All right, just this measure right here will suffice. The articulation window is up top here, and they have everything listed by what the name of the articulation is and then a number in parentheses. The number in parentheses corresponds to your keyboard to act as some sort of a shortcut to add in multiple articulations over certain notes, and I'll get to that in a second. If you simply want to add one articulation, you can find that up here. Once you have your note selected, if you go up and click on it, it'll add the accent in. If you want to remove that accent, you would just go to the same note, click it again. You'll see that that number 6 was right next to it. I just pressed the 6 on my numeric keypad, I pressed it again, and it's gone. If I wanted to add staccato, that's number 1. Press the 1 button, and there it is. And it will add the articulation to whatever note is highlighted. Now, if you want to add multiple articulations, you could hold down the shift button, and I'm pressing the left arrow just to get all 4 of these notes. If I press the staccato button, all 4 of the notes now have the staccato articulation. If I press the 1 key, that will remove all of the articulations. One thing that I haven't found yet that I did a lot in Finale, and I haven't really been messing with flat nearly as long as I have Finale, so if it can, I'm sure it can happen, but I just haven't found it yet. In Finale, what I would do is I would write my first line, and then once I had all the notes in, I would put the articulations in at the end. And taking the notes like this, if I had 5 brass players and I had all 5 of them with that note highlight, I would add a staccato articulation. When you do it in flat, it only adds it to the top line and it doesn't add it to the bottom. At least doing it that way. So that's one thing that I haven't found yet. It's not to say this program can't do it, but if you are adding in articulations, it seems that the most effective way or the most efficient way would be, if you have the ensemble playing the exact same thing, to add in your articulations to the top line, and then if you want to take that, copy it, and then paste it, those articulations will come down to your next notes or to the next staff down. So that is one way to go about it. All of these articulations do the same thing up here, up to accent. Fermata, we all know what a fermata is. That keyboard command is number 7. The slur, if you want to slur multiple notes, let's say that I want this entire phrase slurred up here. Go back, I want it slurred that far. Again, to do it, I'm clicking on one note, holding the shift key, and just pressing the left arrow. If I press the S key, there it is. It'll form a slur. Deutz falls. Sometimes we have fall-offs in our music. Boom. Plops and scoops, all that good stuff. It sounds like a good day at the kennel. It's pretty straight ahead. There's a couple things specific to strings and percussion that I'll show you. Adding in, not necessarily all the time for jazz, definitely for orchestral string musicians. Bowings are usually included, and you can do that in flat underneath of the tab key. They're shown over here, but they're grayed out because right now my cursor's on a rest. If I bring that back to a note, your up bow and your down bow, or upstroke and downstroke, are right here. So again, once you just click on those, you can add in bowings, excuse me. And for percussionists, sometimes you'll need to specify if you want them to roll on something or a buzz stroke. Just like on the string instruments, that feature won't be enabled if you're on a rest. But if we go back to the articulation tab and we click on a note, this right here is the buzz feature. And once you add that, it'll show up on the stem, and that'll let the drummer know that the composer wants them to buzz. A caesura to add in a breath. It'll add it right after the note, so that'll be a nice grand pause. We all know what that is. And that really takes care of the articulation feature for adding those in your score and flat. Hope the video is helpful, and onward to the next one.